So, for the last couple of years, we've all gotten pretty used to AI that can chat with us, write things for us, even whip up some images. But what if I told you a whole new kind of AI is showing up? One that doesn't just respond, it actually acts. I mean, really think about that for a second. Imagine giving an AI a really complex goal, like plan my entire product launch, and then you just walk away. And when you come back, it's done. Not just a rough draft, but the finished product. That's the huge promise behind the tech we're diving into today. And this technology has a name. It's called an autonomous agent. The most important word there, independently. We're not talking about an AI that you have to babysit with step-by-step instructions. Nope, you give it the end goal, and it charts the entire course on its own. And one of the biggest new players making waves in this space is Manus AI. It's from a startup called Monica, and their entire mission is basically to build that bridge to go directly from your thoughts to finished actions. Okay, so that sounds incredible, right? But how does it actually pull it off? Let's break down the process, because this is where it gets really different from the chatbots you might be used to. It all kicks off when you give it a big, complex goal. Manus AI then acts like a master project manager. It deconstructs that goal into all the smaller, bite-sized tasks. But here's the real game changer. It doesn't just do them one by one, it works on a bunch of them in parallel at the same time, which dramatically speeds up the whole process before it puts all the pieces together into the final result. And to get all this done, it's working with a seriously powerful toolkit. It's multimodal, which is just a fancy way of saying it understands not just text, but images, audio, and video too. It has its own cloud browser to go out and interact with websites, it learns from your feedback, and it plugs right into professional tools like code editors. And maybe the most important part, all the heavy lifting happens in the cloud, so you can kick off a project, log off, and it just keeps on chugging away. Now, having a great set of tools is one thing, but performance? Well, performance is everything. And this is where Manus AI is making some incredibly bold claims that are really turning heads. So here it is, the central claim. On several key industry benchmarks made for AI agents, Manus is reportedly outperforming one of the biggest names in the game, OpenAI's GPT-4. Yeah, that's a massive statement to make. So let's look at the data they're presenting. On a benchmark like Gaia, which tests an AI's general ability to solve problems, Manus is claiming state-of-the-art performance. Same story for Glue and Superglue. These are like super hard exams for language understanding. In each of these tests, the reports are showing it coming out ahead of GPT-4. So what's the secret sauce here? Well, the architecture is built on advanced memory learning. It uses a combination of transformer networks, that's the same core tech behind models like GPT, and something called reinforcement learning, which lets it learn from trial and error. This powerful combo is what they say makes it so fast and so adaptable. Okay, performance metrics are cool, but let's get down to what really matters. What does this mean for you? What can you actually do with this kind of power? The platform comes with a whole range of use cases ready to go. You can see it handles creative stuff, like building a website from scratch or generating an ad video. But it also crushes analytical work, like digging into investment opportunities or comparing the histories of two different companies. It can research, it can analyze, and it can create, all from a single prompt. And early users seem to be pretty blown away. The company has a page on its site called A Wall of Love with testimonials, and this quote really sums up the vibe. The future is here, and it's autonomous. Of course, no new technology is perfect right out of the gate. So, for the full picture, we've got to look at the current challenges and see where Manus AI is planning to go from here. First, the practical stuff. Access is set up in different tiers. There's a free option, but is pretty limited. To unlock the more advanced features, like video and slide generation, or to run more tasks at the same time, you'll have to jump into their paid Plus and Pro plans. To their credit, the developers are pretty transparent about the current hurdles. They're open about working on things like memory management and scalability. Their roadmap is all about tackling these head-on, with plans to optimize their systems, expand tool integrations, and, this is a big deal, release some of their foundational models to the open source community, which could really speed up development for everyone. But for right now, you can't just go and sign up. Access to Manus AI is through a pretty exclusive, invitation-only beta. So if you're interested, you have to join a waitlist and explain how you'd plan to use it. And all of this brings us to one final huge thought. Tools like Manus AI aren't just an upgrade. They represent a fundamental shift from AI as a collaborator to AI as an executor. So the real question we're left with is this. When an AI can not only think, but also act on its own, what does that truly mean for the future of our work, our creativity, and, well, everything else?